Throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by...
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. First throw of overtime here for Manning. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime.
This OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. Working from the gun, Manning. Escaping the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Roethlisberger will throw. Rivera's got it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. How about that, partner? Not only a 4th down conversion in a tie game, a 4th down conversion in overtime in a tie game.
And so many factors go into making that call, and a lot of it is a head coach feeling the rhythm and understanding his team. Sometimes you think, okay, we better get this done right now. We might not have enough left if we let this game extend. Let's go get it, end it, and get a victory. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Ben to throw again. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Decision time now on 4th and about 1.5 yards.
I can still hear my high school coach, John Ford, right now. I want my #1 play with my #1 runner over my #1 blocker. Get me the first down. But some may very well say, punt this thing away, pin them down deep, and play field position.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rivera. That one good for 7 that time. And that leads to a Philadelphia first. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Now, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Manning going to throw. Ingram's got the first down and more. He goes underneath to Ingram. 18 yards there and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver. Tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it.
Ware gets hit, and the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. A couple extra defensive backs are in there. Big play, 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, It's not the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmys and the Joes.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is, if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If he makes someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. And a timeout now here in overtime with 4 seconds remaining. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Back to throw, Newton. And this one is incomplete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that will be it. And how about that to start a season, Charles? Both teams 0-0-1.
Say that again?
Yeah, 0-0-1.
That is not what you expect to see when you look at the box scores, right? When you look at the standings after a game like that. And do you really think they worked the whole summer, the whole offseason to come in week 1 and leave with a tie?
No, I don't. But, hey, I guess better than being 0-1-0.
Good point.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the